Hello, I'm Brian, and today I'm going to be teaching EXO TEMPO. Keep in mind that this video is mirrored, and feel free to change up the speed of this video using the YouTube settings. Don't forget to stretch before you begin dancing. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be teaching the first chorus of EXO TEMPO. So let's actually shift slightly towards the right because we're going to step out using our left foot on count 1. So we're going to be like this on count 1. Also at the count 1, we're going to punch forward using our right fist, and then have our upper body slightly tilted left, and then make sure our hip is low and kind of sitting down. So this is on count 1. And then for this whole 8 count, it's going to be mostly hand moves. So I'm going to teach first the hand moves, and then we're going to move on to the leg moves and kind of blend them together. So count 1, we're going to be like this, and then on count 1 and, we're going to have our hands go out slightly like this. And then on 2, the right hand is going to go above the left hand. They're going to meet in the center, kind of like crossed a little bit. And then on 2, they're going to go out again. And then on 2 and, this time the left hand is going to be above the right hand and crossing each other on this kind of level. On 3 and, out again. And then 4, you're going to have both of your hands go like this. And then our index finger is going to point towards the direction your arms are pointing in. So it's like this. So to review, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so now let's do the legs. So for the feet, you're not going to move your feet at all, but then your hip is going to be hip thrusting forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. So we started here on 1 with our hip on the back side, and then now we're going to be going forward on count 1 and, then 2, 2 and, 3, 3 and 4. Doing that all together with the hands is going to be a little bit tricky, but let's try it. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Make sure you practice that together with your hands and your hip until you're ready to go on to the next part. So we're going to be here on 4 with our hip back again, and then our hands are like this, right? So now I'm going to only teach the hands again because it's a little tricky. So it's going to be 4 and, so you're going to pull your body towards the right, making your right shoulder move towards the back, and then your hands are going to kind of go like a little bit like this. So it should be 4 and then on 5 when they come back, they're going to draw slightly towards the center. So it was like this, 4 and 5, they kind of met more towards the center. And then on 5 and, both your hands are going to open up, and then you're going to do the same thing. So 4 and 5, and then 5 and 6. So they're going to kind of like go from here to here, like that. So 4 and 5 and 6, and then and 7 is and 7, and then we're gonna go and 8 and. So this part is also a little bit tricky, but try to follow. Every time you're gonna go da 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 da, and then at the end we're gonna go da 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 da. Okay? So it's gonna be 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Now we're gonna move on to the leg part. So we were here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we're gonna go 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay, so it's basically like kicking off using your left foot, and then quickly landing with our right foot, and then kind of like imagine if there's dirt there, you're like kicking dirt back. So it's gonna be 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay, so on 7 you're going to be landing both your feet on the floor with your left hand behind it and left foot behind, and then we're going to go step, 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 step on 7 and 8 and, like that. So combining it with our hands, we're going to be here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Now let's review that first 8 count. And make sure that you kind of practice this slowly because it's a little bit tricky, but you will get it. Okay, so we're going to be here 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. So now let's move on to the next 8 count, and make sure you go back to the start of this first 8 count teaching if you want to go over it again. So now let's move on to the second 8 count of the chorus. So we're going to go from here 7 and 8 and then we're going to have both of our feet go apart on 1. and then you're gonna step towards the right side 3 times on 1 and 2 and. Then you're gonna move your left foot open to the left side. This is on 3, and then we're gonna step twice with our right foot and 4. So all together it should be from here 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then for hands, we're gonna kind of like do like kind of a row the boat motion. So we're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So together it should go like 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like that. So the arms are kind of fluid, and then the feet are just step, 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 step. Okay? So we're gonna be here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then this part, I'm gonna be teaching Kai's part. So we're gonna have our foot go behind us on 4 and 5. It should get together in the center. And then you're gonna switch your weight to go to your left foot. And then your left foot's gonna kick out instead. So it should be right foot kick back, center, kick out left foot, and then it should be kind of forward, and then you're gonna make it go behind you, and then land like that. So it should be 4 and 5 and 6. For the hands, we're gonna be over here, we ended here, and then it should go 4 and 5, roll inwards, half, and then go out like this. So it should be 4 and 5 and 6, like that. Together, you should kind of push all your limbs behind, then twirl, land. Okay, so 4 and 5 and 6, like that. So together, from here, we should go 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So we landed here on 6, and then on 7, we're gonna pull our hands, so they're gonna be here. You're gonna kind of turn into fists, and then pull back and down. So at the same time, your right foot is gonna also take a small step forward like this, and then have your left foot kind of in the air. So we're gonna be here on 6, and then together it should be 7. Okay? And then on 8, you're gonna actually punch both of your hands up, and then have your left foot kick out like that. So it should be 8. And then at the same time, you'll be going 7, 8. Your right foot should also do like a little hop. So it should be 6, 7, 8, like that. So that concludes the second 8 count. Let's review from here, 7 and 8 and, okay? 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. We're gonna review the first 8 counts of the chorus, and then we're gonna do 75% speed with music, and then 100% speed with music. So we're gonna start from here, a little bit towards the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8.
Don't mess up my tempo. 들어봐, 이건 충분히. I said don't mess up my tempo. 그녀의 맘을 훔칠 beat. Don't mess up my tempo. 들어봐, 이건 충분히. I said don't mess up my tempo. 그녀의 맘을 훔칠 beat.
Yay! So now we're halfway done, and then we're gonna continue on to the third 8 count. So after the second 8 count where we go 8, and then we're gonna come down 1, fast. So it's gonna be like 8, 1. And then on 2, our head is gonna look to the right, and then on 2 and, our head is gonna look back, forward. So we're gonna be here on 2, and then on 3 and 4 and, I'm gonna teach the hands. So the hands are gonna go cross, open, up, down. So think about as like cross, open, up, and then pulling like a helmet or like headphones down into your ear part. Okay, so it's gonna go 3 and 4 and then at the same time, they're gonna be changing formations, but we're just gonna step 3 times. So we're gonna go from here, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. So on 5, we're gonna have our last step shift us to the left side and keep our hands like this. So 3, and 4, and 5. And then on 6, we're going to have both of our hands, left hand is going to drop, and then right hand is going to go to here and point 1. So it's 1. And then 6 and, on 6 and, our right hand is going to go up and change to a 2. And then on 7, we're going to have our fingers go to 3. And at the same time, they're going to like hit down here fast and then come back up. So it should be 6 and 7. And then for the last count, it should go 8. So it should go from here, 5, 6, and 7, 8. For the feet, it's going to go with the hand. So it's going to be 6 and 7, 8. So the left foot is going to come up on 7 and 8. So 7, 8, and then our upper body is kind of go in, and kind of go like down and in at the same time. So it should be 6 and 7, 8. So let's review that 8 count, starting with the jump. So on 8, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. So let's move on to the last 8 count of the chorus. We ended here on 8, and then we're going to scoop down on 1 and get here on 2. So arms going to go down, scoop up. At the same time, our chest is going to kind of like go up and then let go into like a more grounded pose. So you're going to kind of like scoop down, 2. Get here on 2. For the feet, they're actually going to step backwards, starting with your left foot. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to continue on for the hands, it should be 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So they're going to go scoop down, 2, right finger down, then both fingers to the right, both fingers to the left. And these are on counts 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? So putting that all together, it should be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? So let's continue on. We're here on 4, and then our hands are going to go like this. So both of them are going to kind of open up again, and then they're going to go like right, left, right, left. For the feet, you're going to step with your left foot out, and then kind of like twirl your right foot behind you slightly to go out like that. And at the same time, when you step down with your right foot, your left foot is going to kind of change with the right foot. So to demonstrate, it should be like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So together with the hands, it should look something like this. So from here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for this last 8 count, just make sure you kind of get into the groove, be relaxed, and have fun with it. So make sure that you have all the moves down, and then have that kind of like kind of feel. So now let's review the last 2 8 counts, and then do it with music 75% speed, then 100% speed, and then we're going to do everything with counts, music 75%, music 100%. So let's go from the jump into the third 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
그녀의 맘을 훔치듯 어디에도 없을 리듬에 맞춰 1, 2, 3 Don't mess up my tempo 멈출 수 없는 이끌림 Don't mess up my tempo 그녀의 맘을 훔치듯 어디에도 없을 리듬에 맞춰 1, 2, 3 Don't mess up my tempo 멈출 수 없는 이끌림
Now let's do everything with counts. So we're going to start from the fist pump thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay!
Don't mess on my tempo 들어봐 이건 충분히 I said don't mess on my tempo 그녀의만 훔칠 beat 어디에도 없을 rhythm 맞춰 1, 2, 3 Don't mess on my tempo 멈출 수 없는 이 feeling Don't mess on my tempo 들어봐 이건 충분히 I said don't mess on my tempo 그녀의 맘을 훔칠 beat 어디에도 없을 rhythm 맞춰 1, 2, 3 Don't mess on my tempo